little bit of a later video today. Had an absolutely hectic day in Gold Coast at the moment, actually in the middle of like moving home and things like that. A little bit of a sad end to a really good month in Gold Coast before we head home and then come back. But let's get into what you guys are here for, which is a step-by-step play on how you actually scale your fitness business to owning multiple locations. I was having a chat to someone today who had a goal of like franchising and all that kind of, stuff first. So, we never franchised, but we had 3 locations. The way we split it up is myself and my business partner own 66%. The people coming in own 33%. They manage the facility, got a salary and things like that. But let's get to how we actually got there to that stage. So guys, the first thing in your business, you have to have proof of concept. And proof of concept is that your business actually makes fucking money is a really big thing. So, unless your business is profiting $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a month, you're not really in any right to start to think about opening other locations, selling other locations to new people that you don't know. You really need to dominate that proof of concept. But let's cover how you actually get there. So, you might be a fitness business at the moment where you're working, maybe you're earning a salary, you're not, and you have a goal of maybe owning multiple locations or even like running other side businesses off the back. And I want you to give you a play of exactly what I did because it really helped me get to the position that I was. And guys, the first thing is like, you have to really like nail down your niche, like who you're going to help. At the start of our fitness journey, guys, we were trying to do like powerlifting stuff. We're trying to do strength and conditioning stuff. We're doing kids training, personal training. We had these funky ass like groups, and it was just really, really messy. And that was in the position when I moved from like 137 square meter facility to like 600. And we just didn't really have any systems dialed in. So when we really dialed in our niche, which was helping people lose 5 kilos or more, all our services really came into line incredibly quickly, right? But then when you're thinking about scaling a facility and earning maximum profit, you need to run through this. So at the start, like you need to work incredibly hard, right? You'll be, working really long hours. You'll be grinding through it. You'll be running sessions. You'll be doing marketing, doing sales. Right. Then the next step is once your kind of systems are all dialed in, the first step is always to outsource the training component of it. Right. Because, it's really hard to get into management routines and stuff when you're working from like 5 a.m. till 9 p.m. every night. So we initially got off all of the sessions and we hired really amazing trainers for that, which was phenomenal. Then what that did is that gave us more time to focus on the marketing and then the sales side of things. Now, when you're focusing on the marketing, it's not as simple just saying, hey, put up a funnel and they will come, right? Which is like a Facebook ads funnel. You need to really build out like really repeatable marketing systems that both yourself and your team do, because, it's not as simple as when you want to open facilities or when you want to scale to maximum capacity of just going, oh yeah, we get referrals and there's not really a system behind it, right? Which is always a question I ask people on consults. They go, hey, we get a lot of referrals. And it's like, cool. Like, what's your referral system? Or are they just like coming at a kind of a whim? Like you just get referrals, but you don't actually know how you get them, how you extract them, how to teach your team to get them. So the next step is, guys, you really want to dial in your marketing where it's a real team effort. Everyone in your business should have the role of marketing your fitness business, right? Then you get to move to sales. Okay. So at the moment in your business, right, it's probably you doing all of the sales, right? Or at least 90% of them. Okay, so then how can you get your team, right, to implement the sales for you? And what kind of systems do you need? Maybe like an ACR, like a sales follow-up system. Then obviously you need scripts, text message flows, you need training. Because one of the real benefits for us was because we were just selling like trial packages, right? That's how we scaled our business. So we could have everyone in our fitness business selling, even the casuals. So we had like 5-6 salespeople who could run through a console, get someone started on a package anywhere from $199 to $699. And then we had all our retention systems off the back where they stayed for a long-term member. So if you do those things really well, if you have your niche, you have your marketing, and you have your sales dialed in, you yourself are going to be a very, very successful owner operator. Okay. You're going to be making like a fair bit of money because I imagine you'll still be working in the facility, but it's still not really a proof of concept, right? It's not actually, you've just bought yourself like a really, really good job at that stage, which is totally okay, guys. There's nothing wrong with that if that's what you really like doing, okay? But if you have like grander plans, right, this is where the trickiness comes in, because that's where you need to build out your whole operation systems and your flows for your company. So that's why, like in the inner circle, they've got operations checklists, they've got contracts, they've got like videos on like every flow. And the reason why we're able to implement that within our program is because we just did it in our own business. And we're like, hey, this is what we did, here it is. Right. And then you go into a flow of like making sure that your company has the right tax, accounting, all that kind of stuff, that you've got your right KPIs and reporting. Do you have videos on every task and written documents? So then if you ever do want to scale, right, you're going to have two options here to scale. So option one is where you can really limit the amount of hours you work if you choose to, right? We've got, some people, might only have to do some weekly meetings in your business and everything is outsourced. If that makes you happy, then let's go for it, right? Or if you want to make like multiple facilities, maybe bring on partners, however you want to set that up, guys, that's where you really need to have your systems all set up and really, really planned, right? And the operations of the gym. So you can go, hey, Jimmy, here's my concept. This is what we run, right? Here's how you run it. And then you can start to teach people how to run the business the exact same way you do. Now, but to put everything in perspective, guys, it took us 12 months to build out all the systems, right, for our business and be able to train them, right, with our staff. And the second gym we opened was like really, really messy because we're doing this on the run, and we opened the facility purely on the second facility based on how much profit we're making, but we didn't actually have all the systems dialed in. So we had to do it like really, really rapidly. It was incredibly stressful, but we got through it because we're all young and we're all single and we're just willing to work massive hours and figure it out. But when we opened the third facility, because everything was built out in videos and operations checklists and trainer onboarding, right, it made everything incredibly easier, where the third facility was really easy to open. And obviously I sold my gyms at that stage. I'm not sure what the guys at Code 5 are doing, but if they wanted to, they could very easily open a fourth facility if they wished, okay? So guys, if you want to scale out your facility, okay, you want to follow the same steps. One, get super clear with who you help and what's like the main goals you help them with, right? You don't want to run a facility where you've got power lifters and athletes and then fat loss people and then Gen Pop. It's just really, really messy business to run, and it's really, really hard to get your marketing messaging and your branding out there. Then you need to build out your marketing systems, right? In a fitness business, even if you lose, say, 7% of members or 5% of your members every month, which is like pretty good retention, you're going to rotate through your members every 14 months, okay? That means you have to have really elite marketing systems to be in the upper echelon of a fitness business. I don't care what anyone fucking tells you. If you do not have elite marketing systems, you're never going to reach your true potential, right? So you want to start there. Are you a really, really world-class marketer, or have you got the ability to pay people to do it for you? Then your sales systems, okay? Repeatable sales systems where it's not reliant on you all the time. Then you go into all your operations. And guys, I rattled off probably 10 to 15 different things, right? There is a ton that go into your operations, including opening and closing, like all this crazy stuff that you think about that you don't really know what you're covering until you set a goal of like, making operations on everything in your business. And within our portal, guys, I think it was over like 220 videos on the operations where it was like legit, if we came in and one night there was, all the iPads were left on and not on charge. It's like, hey, Jimmy, last night you were on the shift with everyone and the closing procedure wasn't done. Can you watch this? Here's a video on a step-by-step plan, exactly how you close the gym, exactly what we're expecting and how to do it. And that's how we're able, when one of the issues when you go from 1 to 2, maybe to 3 facilities, is that you can't one-on-one train everyone, right? And it just becomes a really tedious task where you need all these videos and, operations manuals. But guys, if you want to scale to a second facility, open a new online business, whatever it is, right? I'm sure you have really big goals and I'm not here to cut them down, but you need to make sure that your current business is dialed the fuck in before you go and do that. Otherwise you do everything really half-assed. Now our number, right? This was my number before we looked at opening new businesses. It was $15,000 profit a month, plus we had a manager in the facilities. Now guys, I can't tell you what your number is. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, but you need to have those set guidelines and benchmarks to go, hey, can I improve my current business before I add this stuff on, right? Then you can start to go and do your second facility or another type of business, or, something like that. But I'll just be really, really careful doing things too quickly, right? Because that's how, in the end, a lot of businesses really, really break down. So guys, I hope you got a bit of value today. It was just a little bit on how we did systemize and, grow our fitness businesses to 3 clubs. I'm not sure what the Code 5 guys are doing. I haven't asked Connor about it recently, but if they wanted to open more facilities, they could. I'm not sure what direction they is, and it was a really massive task for us to do that, to build it out. There was 3 people of us pretty much working around the clock, just making sure we had everything dialed in so that if a new facility did open, it's all in, operations manuals and portals and things like that. My only advice for you is to make sure you're getting the maximum profit, that $15,000 to $20,000 a month out of your current facility, plus you're getting an income and a salary. So it's not that you're not getting paid, right? Because that's, again, a false metric. You should be paid for the hours that you do. Once you do that, if you do that really well, the world's going to be your fucking oyster, because you'll have so many opportunities and things that you can do to grow your fitness